Welcome, everyone. We will begin the webinar on ProStat product and program update. I'm Melissa Joles with RDA. Eric Renken, Business Development Manager for ProStat, is your presenter today. The presentation will take approximately 20 to 30 minutes with questions, and we are recording it and we'll post it on our YouTube channel. If you have questions during the webinar, you can type them in the chat box at the bottom right of your screen, and Eric will answer them during the presentation. Now I'll turn it over to Eric.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Eric Renken. I am the Product Business Development Manager for ProStat. A little background on me. I have been in the industry for 16 years. I sold paint and supplies with a jobber for 16 years and left that company to come to this one because this product is so amazing. I actually wanted to sell it for them. So that being said, let me kind of go into our product here. So what we do is we manufacture static control devices for a wide variety of industries. We specialize in the automotive, refinish, and OEM, obviously. Products made specifically for use in hazardous, flammable work environments such as spray booths. So we have the Class 1 Div 1 rating that is safe to be in the spray booth. Our core product, the Stat Gun, it was launched in 2005 by Glenn Aaron, who is the owner of the company. We are the market leader in our product. We are the only cordless anti-static device certified for use in Zone 1, which is in the United States currently, the Class 1 Division 1 area. We are used by many OEMs and refinish shops across Europe and the USA, and we do remove 100% of the static buildup on substrates during the prep stage. These are some of our customers. As you can see, we deal with McLaren, Bentley, Rolls-Royce, Land Rover, Aston Martin, and Jaguar are some of our customers that we are currently aligned with, and they are using us in their areas. There's a lot of problems with static. We have a lot of positive and negative charges, which causes material to be attracted to some areas and repelled from others, giving more of an uneven application. So as you can see here in the picture, a lot of painters know in the crevices areas, it will load up on the edges, and you have to fight to get it down into the air dams. As you can see, the pattern on the bumper, that is also static, which is causing a pushing and pulling. So it's fighting the material to get on the bumper evenly. So painters will spend longer trying to get complete coverage, edges, recesses, as you can see with the arrows. Painters will obviously use more material by doing that because they have to continue to use it till they cover it. And then you have a risk of overloading or getting runs, reworks in some areas as well. The nature of static, it distorts the orientation of metallics. Static is an electromagnetic charge, and it affects metallic particles in the same way that magnetic affects iron fillings. The different levels of charge on different substrates create variances. For example, on a plastic bumper, you may have 60,000 volts of static, and you may have 10 to 15,000 volts of static on a metal panel. So while you're not getting as much static on a metal panel as you are a plastic bumper, you are getting static through the whole paint job. So this can cause light to reflect differently, affecting the appearance on the color. So dark edges on the blends, mottliness in the paint, tri-stages especially. A lot of people on bumper state that when you get around to the side tone, it pops way white. So they have to tint the base a little bit in order to get the color they're looking for. That is actually all caused by static. Why static is an issue for refinish. The static charge builds up during the preparation before and between stages of application. Of course, any contact with the surface, even just touching it with your hand, disturbing the substrate can cause a static charge to be created. So tacking in between, tacking before, tacking after, sanding, as you can see, blowing with a compressed air, a blowgun, any contact at all actually creates static on the panel. So that is where our product comes in, because by using our product, you actually kill the static on the panel from anything that you do by touching it. Statics and plastics. Plastics are definitely insulators, so therefore they naturally hold a higher surface charge than a conductive material like metal. Static gun brings all substrates to a zero charge, creating uniformity across all jobs. For an example of magnetic affecting metallics within a base coat, as you can see the differences on there. It also causes contaminants, dust, dirt, and fibers to be attracted towards the surface. So as you're wiping that panel, it's creating static, which is pushing and pulling. So it's actually going to pull in trash and also repel some trash as well. You can actually reduce buffing time by 50 to 75% on side panels. course, we cannot control gravity, so your top surfaces like your hoods, trunk deck lids, and your roofs, I can't control gravity falling into it, but on your side panels, it will reduce it by 50 to 75%, which will also result in less buffing products, less sandpaper, and obviously less time for the buffer, which creates more time for them to be able to work on something else within the shop. The cost of static, again, of course, again, additional material. It'll also cause additional labor, which equals less profit for the shop. Great painters work around static every day. They find ways to work around it. Tinting the base coat was one thing that I touched on. A lot of them, when they're applying their adhesion promoter or base coat, they also go from behind the bumper to get it up in the nooks and crannies. Static does not cause problems which can't be fixed by a stat gun. Our static gun will kill static on whatever you blow it on or use it on. It does not differentiate what it is. It just knows it's killing static. The stat gun prevents the causes of costly workarounds and reworks. So therefore, savings in material, savings on buffing time, and better appearances as well. The stat gun simply gets a great finish the first time with minimal time and materials and increased productivity. Here's what some of our customers say. Mike Anderson with Collision Advice is a big backer of this as well. As you can see, we've got a lot of different places of technicians that use it. Me personally in the field, I had a gentleman the other day that I did a demo with last week, said that he had been fighting a color on a Chevy Tahoe. It was a red metallic, and they could never get the color right. By the time he got done spraying the bumper by using our product, it was actually amazing, and he did a 3-year term right away. So it does work. It is very easy to use as long as you follow the 3 golden rules. And I have not seen anybody tell me following the 3 golden rules that they have not seen a difference in it.
You want to go over the 3 golden rules?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to do that. So there's the 3 golden rules that we go over with every shop is, obviously we're going to leave it for a week at no charge to the customer. So for that week, we ask that they use it on everything that they touch. It doesn't matter to me whether it's a mirror cover, a door handle, or it's a whole car. But if we're going to leave it with you for the week, I just ask that you please use it on everything so you can see the max benefit of using our product. The second thing that we ask you to do is the second golden rule is use it between every substrate. So for example, if we have a raw bumper that we're dealing with, I would ask that you use the stat gun and then go ahead and put your adhesion promoter on it and let it flash. And then use our stat gun again, then go to your primer sealer, let it flash, then go use our stat gun again, and then use it to your base coat. Now, you don't have to use it between coats of base, but before you go to clear, we'd ask that you use our stat gun again and then go on with the clear coat, and you don't use it between coats of clear. And the third and final rule, which is the most important golden rule that we have, is that you please use it at the very last thing you do before you pull the trigger. So what I would love for you to do is use our stat gun, unplug the stat gun. You can set it on the floor. It's our demo unit. If you get overspray, we're good with it. We want you to set it on the floor, hook up your spray gun, and go immediately to spraying. And real shop settings, people get called out of the booth to go look at a car. The boss man's trying to get something to go out. If you have to walk out of the booth, is it still good? It's entirely possible it's still good, but I'd rather be on the safe side with that and go ahead and hit it one more time with the stat gun, set the stat gun on the floor, go ahead and plug up the paint gun, and go right to spraying with it. As long as you follow those 3 golden rules, especially the last one, you will see the maximum benefit of using our product.
Okay, we have a couple questions, Eric.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the difference between the green gun and the orange gun?
Okay. So the green gun is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit newer product. It's a little bit bigger than about the size of a SATA Jet 5000. The orange gun is a lot bigger, and it does have a charging base. The orange gun's got a charging base. The orange gun has a laser, and the green gun does not have either of those. Other than that, they work identically. Some people like the size of it because if they have a booth box hanging on the wall, you can fit the green gun in the booth box, but you can't fit the orange gun in a booth box. So it really comes down to personal preference, just like a paint gun. Some people like the green versus the orange. Some people like to have the laser. Some doesn't really matter about the laser, so they choose to go with the green. But they carry the same Class 1 Div 1 ratings.
Difference in price is another question they're asking. What's the difference in price?
Between the green and the orange? They are the same price. Yeah, it's the same technology, just have one that's a little bit smaller than the other, but they still have to go through the same certification process for the Class 1 Div 1. So it is the exact same technology on the inside.
Can we order green or orange? the green or orange gun?
Yes, I need to know when, if they decide to buy, I can give them their option at that time. We always demo the orange gun first because that has been our workhorse for years. But if they want to see the green gun, I can actually have one shipped up that we can show both at the same time. That's not a problem.
We appreciate your time. Thanks, Eric, and we'll be in touch with future training opportunities. Okay. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.